So is this screamo music?
I don't know. Alright, today we're checking out Falling in Reverse. Popular monster. Never heard of Falling in Reverse. I don't know if it's a person or a band or whatnot, but it's been highly requested, and this is our first look at it. Let's get into it. It's like a movie or a trailer intro.
Yeah. Okay.
I wake up every morning with my head up in a daze. I'm not sure if I should say this, but I'll say it anyway. Everybody tries to tell me that I'm going through a phase. I don't know if it's a phase, I just wanna feel okay. Yeah, I battle with depression, but the question still remains. Is this post-traumatic stressing or am I suppressing rage? And my doctor tries to tell me that I'm going through a phase. Yeah, it's not a fucking phase, I just wanna feel okay. Okay, yeah, I struggle with this bullshit every day. Yeah, it's probably good.
Okay, I was waiting on that beat drop. It was building and building and building. I'm like, oh, when's it coming?
Not what I expected at all.
What did you expect?
Okay, to be honest, I was expecting some kind of like
boy band.
Some type of like Home of Imaginary Friends, like airy fairy mixed with Tim Burton vibes.
I was thinking like a boy band or something. Like Falling in Reverse sounds like a band name. Doesn't like a person, sounds like a band. And it still may be.
Yeah.
Because when we first heard 21 Pilots start off with just one guy and then turn into a band. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's a band, right?
Wouldn't Falling in Reverse be like floating?
I feel like Falling in Reverse like going backwards.
Oh,
maybe.
Like falling backwards.
So I guess their music is going to be about mental health, or at least a song, for sure.
Oh, okay.
So this is a band. Okay. So what are we dealing with here? This is clearly a song about mental health. He mentioned depression. He deals with it every day, but he just wants to be okay. I know that feeling all too well. Oh my goodness. All too well. 'Cause I mean, I spent a long time feeling just like that, and even now I have days like that. It used to be like every day, and now it's like kind of random. You know what I mean? Randomly wake up and just don't feel anything. At least that's how I feel. I'm not saying that's how he feels, like he just wakes up and doesn't feel anything, but it's like I have no senses outside of just the 5 senses. You know what I mean? But almost like no emotions. I can't feel my way around life. Like, oh, what sounds good today? You know what I mean? What food sounds good? Oh, what videos do you want to shoot today? I don't know. They all sound the same. Just pick them. You know what I mean? Some days it's like, just can't feel anything. You know what I mean?
I know. I mean, I'm there.
I don't know what causes it, but it's like, I just want to feel again. I just want to be like normal. I just want to be okay. But it's like, I don't feel anything. But I feel like when I first started feeling like that, I didn't know what was going on. It was worse. I didn't know, and it's like I really just wanted to be okay. And now it's like I kind of know that it comes and goes. You know what I mean? It's like I don't really have to do anything for it to leave. It just will eventually. Maybe in a day, maybe 2 days. But before when it's more consistent, it was the most miserable thing ever.
I think I'm going nowhere like a rat trapped in a maze. Every wall that I knock down is just a wall that I replace. I'm in a race against myself. I try to keep a steady pace. How the fuck will I escape if I never close my case? Oh my God, I feel stressing every second that I waste is another second sooner to a blessing I won't take. But my therapist will tell me that I'm going through a stage. Yeah, it's not a fucking stage. I just wanna feel okay. Okay, motherfucker, now you got my attention.
Wow. This is like a very like passionate song.
Right? I love the way they build up like the tension and then boom, another like beat drop.
Right?
That's cold.
Yeah.
The style, that's cold. And I love the topic, too. It needs to be talked about. Remove the stigma with mental health. Because, I mean, a lot of people, if not everyone, goes through some form of, like, mental health issues kind of thing. You know what I mean? Yeah, some people have it way worse than others. But whenever I see someone like this who talks about it in this kind of way, it's almost like, I see you. You know what I mean? It's like,
I feel you.
I
feel you. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I never have ever been inclined to music like this. But I've never listened to it.
Yeah.
Like, listened. You know what I mean?
I don't know if I've ever even heard it.
Well, I mean, like this even. Like, I don't know if this would be, like, rock or, like, you know what I mean? Just this type of music, though.
Rap rock or something?
Where it's like that passionate screaming and, like, electric guitar and it's really loud. I don't know what that's called, but... Because, I mean, I like Queen and stuff, you know what I mean? So it's not... I wouldn't just say any rock, but, like, this specific type, I've never listened to the words, though. But it's so passionate.
It's interesting that you keep saying, like, people tell them it's a phase and all that kind of stuff. It's like, is that true? I don't know if that's true. That's a phase.
I don't think so.
I feel like there has to be something to get you out of that phase. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not just like it's a phase that passes by. I feel like where I'm at now, I can consider those days kind of just days or a phase, but like when you're in the thick of it and it's like you have more bad days than
It's
good,
like,
many more.
That's who you are.
I don't think that's a phase. I think that is a downward spiral. It could go all the way down if there isn't some kind of event or turning point to where it starts picking back up. You know what I mean? I don't think you just be depressed for years and then, oh, it's a phase. Boom, pop out of it.
See, the weird thing is, I feel like, okay, so the therapists and psychiatrists and stuff, which, okay, is another thing. Like, a lot of times I feel like those doctors, they're humans too. They have to experience these things too. So why is there sort of like textbook, sort of like separation, patient-doctor, sort of, you know what I mean?
Because maybe they haven't experienced it to that degree. Maybe they've had a bad day. You know, every human's had a bad day. But maybe they haven't had, like, a mental health shift where you're having more bad days than good.
But there's got to be some doctors. Like, it just
And then some
seems
doctors
so
will do a good job.
common, you know.
But some will do a great job, and others won't. Some will just say, "Oh, take these pills. They'll help. You'll be good." You know what I mean? Others say it's a phase, and others may actually be able to help you in some way.
I feel like they think it's a phase because a lot of times there's like a event or like a sort of situation, something that
Like a parent may
initiates
die
it.
or something.
Yeah, something happens that initiates it. So they think basically there's like some kind of window. Like if you weren't born that way, then it started at some point, so it must stop at some point.
Yeah, I don't like how they're telling me it's a phase. That just rubs me the wrong way. Like almost just
Sounds like
brushing it
blowing it
off.
off.
Like, oh, you'll be okay. Like, that's ridiculous. I don't like that.
And it's definitely not a phase.
Right. That he said, I need to change a couple things or whatever. I feel like that is how you get out the phase. And it's not simple, oh, I'm going to just change a couple things. Oh, let me change my diet. Let me change that. You know what I mean? But like he knows it's not a phase. He needs to change some things. But then on the other hand, it's like, well, every day he's getting closer to the grave.
What do you mean on the other hand? Like,
yeah, you need to change a couple things and you could turn your life around. But like every day you're getting closer and closer to the grave. And I don't mean it like, oh, you're aging. You're getting closer to the grave. It's like those downward spirals, it's like you're exponentially getting closer to the grave because we all know where that leads if you go too dark. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, I need to change a couple of things. Like, but at this rate, how much time do I have left? You know what I mean?
so what's the alternative? Don't change things?
No. It's just pressure. And then in that mind state, it's not the best mind state to handle pressure.
Right.
So it's pressure to get out of it keeps you in it even longer. You know what I mean?
You know, yeah, I mean, I definitely wonder, like, just in that mind state, it's like, when you can't get out of the bed, or when you get out of the bed and, like, that's the achievement for the day, how do you change things? You know what I mean? It's like it takes a lot of effort to go out and make money and have relationships, cooking and, you know, cleaning your body and taking care of having some kind of like home or something. It takes so much effort that it's like changing things takes effort in itself for anybody.
Right.
That's
It's hard for anybody.
Yeah, so it's like in that state when getting out the bed is your achievement, how do you change things?
I don't know. Every task seems monumental. Like ridiculous. Like in that state is crazy. Like everything seems so hard. I don't know. But I do not like the advice he's been, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He's been giving that just totally, like that's the advice that leads to not helping the suicide rate kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah, what would be better advice then?
Anything but that, I don't know. I'm not a therapist. And I feel like everyone's different and everyone's mental health crisis looks different. So, I mean, I personally, I'm not trying to give it, I don't know.
Mental health.
I mean, like I said in the other video, permission to be in that state is better than like trying to fight against it. And I don't mean just like, oh yeah, I'm so happy I'm depressed. You want to be happy anyway. It's hard to even feel happiness. But you know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, it's hard because everyone wants you to be different than you are when you feel like that.
Right.
So then it's a lot of pressure to be different. And that creates its own like negative spiral. So if I have bad days, I'm having a bad day. Sometimes I have bad days. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Permission to have that bad day helps me personally. But that I'm having bad days now. I'm not in a streak of bad days. So I don't know.
So is this Screamo music?
I don't know.
I have never listened to Screamo before.
I don't know what this is categorized as, but I like the content of it.
I like it, the lyrics and the like. I love how he like was like. I love the build up.
Yeah, the build up is crazy.
They're crazy. I mean, I see why people would be like so like lit.
But then he said, "What? Sick and tired of praying to a God that I don't believe in, searching for truth in the lost and found." You know what I mean? I feel like it's really kind of a hopeless place. You definitely, easily can lose faith in that place. You know what I mean? It's like a why me kind of place. You know what I mean?
You know, I have a theory.
What?
I could be totally wrong because I haven't been that dark. But I think disillusionment it seems like if you start out having like a very horrible situation, then like when you get older, if things are still horrible, it's almost like not that much contrast. But like it seems like the contrast a lot of times is what kind of takes people in a very dark place. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like disillusionment with like everything in life.
I mean,
that's my theory. I don't know.
I don't know.
I feel like what were you gonna say?
I don't know. I feel when you get to that place, it's almost like, how did I get here? I feel like so many small things over time that just add up. You know what I mean? Like so many small things that just chip away at the old you to where you become a new person in a bad way. I don't know. Some people, like you said, it could be a major life event. It could be a parent dying, a spouse dying, something like that. I don't know. That's the thing about mental health. It's different for everyone. Like everyone gets to that place in a bunch of different ways. And then based on everyone's like emotional set point, all these kind of things, it's going to be a different route out. So I feel like it's a hard thing to tackle.
Definitely.
Because just talking to other people, their experience is very different than mine. Talk to one other person, but okay, well now I know it's not a cookie cutter solution. Like everyone's experience is so different.
Would you say the sort of mental predisposition is like fragile? Like would you say like maintaining a sort of like core of like how you feel day to day and who you are and your values and all these things that sort of like make you. Would you say that's a fragile place?
I don't know, but it's just not. It's not a fortress. Like some people can take a lot. You know what I mean?
But it's like, how much can you
Right.
take?
But I feel like no one is impenetrable in that way. Like mental health, that kind of stuff can happen to anyone. But I think it takes a decent amount to get there, or a really traumatic event.
Yeah. So who is this little girl? I feel like she's supposed to represent like innocence.
This song made me kind of like upset.
Why?
That's the advice people are getting.
Because it's so
That's messed up.
bad. But then
That's
it's
messed
like,
up.
it needs to. I feel like if you're talking to yourself in that situation, yourself probably would have gone on Google and looked up and like, what can I do?
Everyone goes on Google and looks up everything.
Or YouTube. So it's like, shoot, might as well be a voice from the inside to the outside. You know what I mean?
I'm not completely on the outside. I have no problem
Yeah.
talking about it. I just don't want to make it seem like I'm an expert and I know everything about it.
Right.
You know what I
This
mean?
is by no means advice. You know how you have to put disclaimers or they'll sue
Right.
you in the U.S. You get sued because you said your opinion. But, yeah, I mean, I feel like that's really got to be the answer. Because people on the outside have no clue. We have no idea. And I don't actually think that, at the end of the day, when you're going through something like that, if you get out of it, you got yourself out of it. You know what I mean? I think I can say I love you a million times. I can do whatever, and it doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
People can help, though.
I don't know. I don't know.
I've read comments on other videos. Like on, what video was that? I think it was like our 6th episode in the NF journey.
Mhm.
What was that song?
I don't even remember the number of the episode, but
I think it was our NF journey episode number 6.
it was therapy session, maybe.
Yeah.
Paralyzed.
It was an NF journey episode number 6, Paralyzed. In the comments on that one, people were saying that their wife saved their life and helped them out of
Dang.
addiction and depression, all this stuff. So people can definitely help. You know what I mean? It's not like people can do nothing. I don't know what people can do. Sometimes I feel like motivation. Like a person can be motivation. I remember in one of those red table talks, you showed me one where it's like Jada's mom was on there and
Yeah,
she was addicted to drugs and her motivation to get off drugs was a dude. It's like a dude she wanted to date or something like that. So I mean, it is so different for everybody. But yes, I mean, she still had to take the steps herself to get off of it, kind of thing. So I don't know. It's a hard topic. There's no just this is the path. But the song.
Yeah.
How do you like the song?
Crazy.
First impression.
It was. I mean, okay, so like it was just a whole different genre that I'm used to, and I've never like every time I hear that kind of stuff, I would like turn it off or like you know what I mean. I just never took the time to listen to the words, but listening to the words and watching the video like opened my heart, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is real music
Right.
about real issues,
Right.
and it's real artistic. Now I feel like I need to make up for all the missed time.
Yeah, man, I was feeling that song for real. Like the way it started off.
Right?
And then when the
Right.
like beats start building up, I'm like, oh snap, oh snap.
Yeah, when he turned into the werewolf, he's like, I was like, oh.
Yeah,
This,
he's spazzed on everyone.
I kind of like low-key like love angry music. Because I feel like it's passionate, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't just like, I feel like he was spazzing and he was screaming, but it was like so purposeful.
But I feel like it's not just angry.
It's not. It's like
that,
passion.
it built up. Like his whole, I feel like the story and what he was going through. He's like, I'm about to have a breakdown. You know what I mean?
Oh, so,
And
interesting.
he's like, I'm a liar, I'm a cheater, I'm a non-believer. I'm guessing that's what people call him. And I don't know his religious beliefs, but when he was saying, like, pray to a God I don't believe in, It's like maybe he was religious and people were saying he's not religious enough. You need to turn to God and then you won't be depressed. It'll fix your issues. I don't know for sure. You know what I mean? But in the hook, he's like, I'm a liar, I'm a cheater, I'm a non-believer. I'm sure he doesn't identify as a liar and a cheater. Maybe he does, but it sounds like those are the things people are calling him. And then he had a breakdown at the end. He like spazzed. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't say it's like angry music. I feel like he was just airing out his feelings of what he was going through and like
He
the
boiled
advice.
over.
Yeah, and the advice he was getting was terrible. And it's like, that's what it was for me, like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a whole different sound. The whole when it got really loud and stuff. That's a whole
Yeah.
different sound for me. I'm not really used to that, but
I love
the song
like,
went hard though.
I love the monsterness. Like, I wonder if all their songs are like monstery like that.
There was a little called Popular Monster.
Right?
So probably
But
not.
the visuals. I mean, the like that sound. That was cool. Like, I liked it. I enjoyed it. I was like, you tell him, let him know. They done pushed you over the top. Tear him up.
Yeah, that song, it got me in my bag a little bit. I ain't like the advice. Like, they pushed him over the top. He's going to tear him up. It's like, I'll roll with you. You know what I mean? That advice you got was messed up. Man, we need to go have a conversation with your therapist.
Hey, strap up, we roll deep.
Nah, we need to go have a conversation with this therapist, you know. Thanks for kicking on the couch with us.
Couch gang.
We just started a Discord server. It's a baby server. Not that many chats in there. We're going to grow it over time, expand the Discord. So if you want to join the Discord, the link will be in the description. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us. If you have a different interpretation or take on the song, you want to share your experience, leave it down in the comments. If you want to help the channel grow, you can like, comment, subscribe, or share this video with anyone who would love to see it. We appreciate you. That's a wrap.
I don't know. Tell me, man, what do you know? What do you know? Me and my boys on the road. Who to go? She told me, boy, you to go. Like, I don't know. But I don't know.